Welcome everyone, this is Dmitry. We are having another network programmability stream. It's day 4 of our streaming marathon where we are streaming during the holidays almost every day. And as part of this marathon, we are currently working on a project where we are trying to build a huge lab with 1000 network devices to test different network automation tools like Ansible, Python, Nornir, Golang, and some other stuff. So yeah, it's already day 4 or part 4 of this project. There is nothing else that there is no off topics for today, so we'll just jump right into it. We will start by discussing what we have done so far and what's left to do. By the way, if you're watching this as a recording, there should be a time code in the description allowing you to jump between sections. And also, if you are watching this as a recording, I do highly recommend you to increase the playback speed because it's not meant to be like a course or a tutorial. It's just me trying to get it working, and very often I don't really know exactly what to do, so it's a lot of trial and error, so it takes a long time. So first let me bring up our topology. So this is the topology that we have designed so far. So we will have up to 1000 routers here. They are in groups of 100 connected to a switch, unmanaged switch. Then they are connected to a core router, so one of 10 core routers. And then that 10 core routers are connected to the edge router. And then that edge router is connected to the cloud, which is my external network, which allows me to connect to another Ubuntu VM here, Ubuntu server, where we are running DHCP and where our controller is going to be. So we designed this, we tested it works. Last time what we did, we built the Python application which creates abstractions for these devices and builds the DHCP config from the template. There was some complication there, something that I didn't think through, and that DHCP config became more complex than I thought it would be. Meanwhile, I'm opening here this code so we can take a look at that. Oops. So I'm using VS Code here to connect remotely connect to the to my server. Right, so I built this Python app that does this. So it first creates these devices based on the total number, and they are just abstractions with classes and stuff. Then we have DHCP Jinja template, and the way we do, by the way, okay, yeah, let me back up for a second. So why we are doing this, right? Now, when we are adding these devices to the topology, and we will continue adding devices today, one of the issues is we have to provision them with IP address that we can distinguish, right? So for example, if I add router, and I'm very sorry that it's small because there will be so many more devices here in very shortly. So for example, if I add this router 653 here, right, it should get a proper IP address, almost static IP address, but via DHCP, right? So the one that we have control over, because then later when we will be using all these tools like Ansible and Python, Nornir, whatever we want to use, right, we need to know that router 653 has IP address X, Y, that. So we can't just randomly assign addresses from the pool. They need to be very specific. Yeah, this is so we need to do ZTP, and the way we are doing ZTP here is kind of weird. It's mainly because of the environment where I'm running this. So I'm running iOS IOL, which is iOS on Linux. So this is a process, Linux process acting as the router. It has some things that you will not find on, well, it has differences compared to real devices. So for example, these routers do not have serial number. Another thing is that we don't really know their MAC address. So unlike on physical box, you might have a MAC address somewhere on a sticker or something, right, of management interface. Here we don't really know. So we have to figure out how to do provisioning, but we can't rely on serial number or MAC address, so we can use that. So what did we use? So there is, if I bring config of one of these devices, like 653 for example, if I go to edit config, there is this command called IP address DHCP hostname, and you put a host name, and this host name is going to be sent in DHCP discover as option 12. And so we can actually use that to identify our devices on DHCP server, and this is what we did. Now the problem though is that it was a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. So if you look on our resulting DHCP dconf, and it's 7,000 lines of config, and this is what we did last time. We generated this from the template. So if you look on this config, it has class, you specify class name, whatever, where you match based on that option 12, option hostname, it's that option, we match based on that, and then later we'll use that class. So then we have this subnet, which we want to allocate. We want to allocate default gateway, and then we put a pull statement where we say the only way we are going to assign address from this pool is if it's member of class R1, and then we'll provide a range with just one IP address. So it's kind of weird. It's a little bit more complex that you will find if you do host statement with fixed address in IC DHCP. So yeah, it took some time last stream. It was, yeah, I thought it would be faster, but apparently it wasn't. It took us a long time to do that. So what we are going to do today, so now that this is ready, we actually have to go ahead and add the remaining devices. And we also need to be careful to not hog our CPU with adding 1000 devices at the same second. That would be less than ideal, I guess. So we have to be really careful about that. So you'll probably be writing Python code to do that, interacting with GNS3 API or maybe some other means. Now, there is one thing I was thinking about yesterday, is that it's very likely that all our DHCP work was useless here. I mean, it wasn't probably useless for from knowledge perspective, we learn how to do that and that it's possible, but it's very likely that in this particular topology it's going to be useless. And the reason why is that GNS3, it seems like it has a little bit weird API there, or maybe incomplete. I don't know what it is, but when we are doing it via API, it's not using the startup config that you do when you pull up from template. So for example, if I pull this router from the template, right, it uses different things compared to if I'm just using API. So it seems like when I'm doing that, what it does, it actually goes via SSH on the backend and does some things. Because of that, we may need to find some other way to like add devices. So I don't know at this point. We may need to actually go ahead and put correct configs in proper places, but this also means that if you're putting configs already, like as a files, we don't need DHCP. We can generate configs for every single device and put them in appropriate places as a startup config. So yeah, it's very likely that that work was kind of not needed, which is sad, but it's what it is. So yeah, the task for today is to use APIs or whatever other means we have in GNS3 to add the remaining devices and start them up. Ideally, I would also want to telnet to every one of them and do command crypto key generator SA modules so that SSH access is enabled, because there is no SSH key on IOL by default. You have to use that command to provision it. So there will be some time left. This is what we'll do. We'll connect to every one of those and do crypto key generator SA. Now another piece that I was thinking about is the idea previously was to actually run EIGRP here on with our test devices R1 to R1000. We will not do that. The reason why that I was thinking about it, and it will take extra megabytes of RAM, which is like on its own, it's not a big deal, but when we are talking about thousands of devices, like really every megabyte of RAM will count here. So probably we should not run EIGRP here at all to save some RAM for us. So we would just be using default routes that you get from DHCP. This is the only thing. Yeah, we have to like think about all the implications of running this huge lab. So I will actually go ahead to router 1 here, and I think this one is running. Yeah, this one is running KGP. Is this one running KGP? This one is not running KGP. All right. So I think I just have to fix this one R1. And this also means that I don't really need any loopback or anything if we are not running. I can't even go as far as say like no IP routing. Now another thing that I keep forgetting is that on this Ubuntu server we do need a static route back, because for some reason I didn't make it permanent. So we have to say sudo IP route at, let's do 10.8.0.0 slash 4.12 via 192.168.153.101. Why it says invalid prefix for given prefix lengths? I need 8. Oh, it's 3. I think it's 14. Yeah, it's 14. So if I say, let me check this out. Did I do it correctly? So /14. No, it's not correct. God damn it. It should be /13. So if you have /13, we have 3 bits left here, right? 2 to the third is 8. So from 8 till 15 to 55 to 55 to 55. Yeah, this is what we're looking for. So we will just double check that it's all good. there is static IP here, which we don't need. Let me connect to the HTTP server again. No, hold on. We could actually also create this file. And let me restart. Systemctl restart. I see. Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think this should be good. Now if I say IP address, DHCP hostname R1, we should be able to receive 10.15.11, I think. Which we don't. So something is broken. Let's check core one. I think I forgot about helper address to save it. No, we do have helper address. Can I ping this? Which we can. Ouch. So this is weird. And I don't see anything here received. Oh, I think I did not shut down interface. Alright, so 10.15.11, this is what we got. And then if I do show IP route, I should be able to do static routes. So now I should be able to ping 192.168.153.100, which I can. And then from my Ubuntu station, I should be able to say telnet to 10.15.11, which I can. I should not be able to SSH. I don't remember if this will work. SSH Cisco add that. Actually, there is crypto key, so we should be fine. Alright, so this is all working. Now the part is API left. And I actually see two ways to solve this. We'll start probably with API, but it's not necessarily the best way. What do I want to do? I want to open something here. Ouch. Right, I should be able to connect now. Oh, it did work. Okay. So what I want to bring up is GNS3 projects. No, I want to say opt GNS3 projects. And then I have to check what project it is. Okay, so it should be December 29th, so it's BA. This one. Right. So yeah, first we can use GNS3 API, and this is probably what we're going to start. But there is this untitled GNS3 file, which is GNS3 topology file. What you can also do is stop the whole topology, close the project, and then modify this file, and then it will also create everything for you. Pretty much everything you need. So this could be a better way. You still need to put startup configs. Is there a config here? Actually, config is not here, right? Alright, so yeah, I think we have to start with API. To start with API, we need their API docs. And it's also good to kind of understand like how it's being done. So you have GUI or web GUI. You have controller, which is GNS3 controller process, which manages projects themselves. So like creating projects, adding something to a project, listing the projects. And then you may have one or more compute servers. These are responsible for actually running different devices. And then when you connect device between each other, and I think it's controller responsible for delegating, building the tunnel between compute servers for that communication. Okay, so some of this is useful when we will be using API. So, and then not can process multiple requests at the same time. However, the server will do it for us, so we can send as many requests as we need, but using logs, they should be handled on the backend automatically. So there is basic authentication, but we don't have to do it. I think you should be able to do it without notification. So there is notifications for whenever anything happens, like the server will reply back with some of the information. We will not be using that. Okay, we do need create nodes, so we have to be careful about this. I think let's bring up 2.2. Where is the drop down though? Okay. Project update contains scene height and scene width. This defines the size of the drawing area in pixels. The position of the nodes are relative with 0.0 as the center of this area. As the center of this area? Oh, ouch. Right. We need that as well, because when we will be adding nodes, we have to know their like geometric position. I need this as well, endpoints. Okay, and they say you have to talk to controller. So what do we have here? There is some drawing stuff, some other stuff. Can actually start exploring that by API. So HTTP and then GNS3 VM, yeah. I think it's port 8080 though, if I remember correctly. And then compute. Let's just start with simple one. No. Oh wow. Okay. What is the port? I don't think it's 8000. Let me see. Curl. Oh, it's 30. Yeah, it's 3080. Okay. So this should work. Which it didn't. Localhost. Why is it doesn't work though? Oh, it's HTTP, of course. And let me make it this bigger. Yeah, okay, cool. So we have node types. We need node type IOU here. The rest we don't care about. Okay, let's see the rest. Okay, there is compute ID local. Let's try taking a look at that. So compute and then local. Will this work? It does. Okay. Main server. Ports. What does ports do? Okay, these are all ports that are being in use right now. Right? Drawing. Do we care about? Well, we need project ID. So give me a second. Let me check this environment. I'm adding a new variable here. Just 1 second. Right, this should be good. I copied my project ID from here and I created the variable. Oops, nope. Here. Okay, I don't need this. Let's check what drawing says. So it's v2 projects, then project ID, why it doesn't work, project ID, oh, it's ginger like, okay. So I have this, I can start with this. Let me duplicate, and then we'll start changing some stuff. So drawings. Okay, we don't need drawings. GNS3 VM, let's check that as well. And by the way, I know that there is a package called GNS3 API, I think. This one, which is like API wrapper for GNS3. If you want to use that, I don't really want to use that, and the reason why is that I will be using async IO to connect to the GNS3, so I don't want to use synchronous API here. Okay, this is useless. This one. Okay, so this is just general details, right, about the project. File name, path, project ID, scene height. We may need to change that at some point. Unfortunately, I want to sleep today a little bit. Sorry. Alright, what else do we have here? Okay, so this drawings is not useful. This one we saw, we don't care about that. Links, I think we could check links. Yeah, so there are a bunch of links. We may need to take a look at that at some point. Okay, so what does it do? So it's link type, has link ID, has some other things, project ID. And then it has labels, like what that link is. I think what I'm going to do first, I'm going to copy this. And let's say link ticked. And then I need to change this to none. Yeah, and then this to false. This is fine. This is not fine. Okay, this should be a valid Python. All right. I will keep yawning today. That's very unfortunate. Okay, we just checked what links. I don't see it. Oh, okay. links. You can add filter if you want to. Notes. Okay, notes we need to check. There is a lot of going on there. So notes. All right, let's see. That's a lot of stuff here. Right, command line, compute ID. Okay, so we will definitely need this. Console, probably not. Console host, probably yes. Okay, this is a label. Not directory. This can be present in the API call. I don't think it can be. Node ID. This probably also can be. Port name format. This is from the template. Ports. The total number of ports. We will definitely need this, though I can copy paste this whole thing. Project ID could be. Properties, application ID. Let me check something. Application ID is weird. And it's increasing. Okay. I don't know what it is. Number of adapters, fine, false. MD5 sum. I think I could skip that. Skip. NVRAM 64 pass the same, RAM the same, serial adapters. Zero usage. No, use default IO values true. Okay. Status can't be there in API. Symbol, yes. Template ID, this is interesting. I think I know what it is now. but I have to check something. So it seems like because of this template ID, this is how it gets the first config. Another thing I want to check is we need to like understand coordinate system a little bit better. Like how much spacing there should be between these two routers, yeah? Between their centers. We are looking for R7. Okay. And we're looking for coordinates of this one. So it's 17 and minus 25. R7, yeah. And then we need R6, which is what the hell? Really? That's insane. No, it can be true. This is stupid. They must have the same height here. What are you even talking about, right? So y should be the same, x should be slightly different. This doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I think I know what it is. I was looking the wrong place. So these coordinates, and then I was looking here, but actually I should be looking here for R7. Okay, so their y is the same, x is what? What is the difference here? 2 plus 9 to 9. We need approximately, right? So it's around 70. Like, so the spacing between R6 and R7 is around 70 pixels. So we have to keep that in mind when we will be adding these devices. That like Y thing should be 70, and then we need to make this like clusters of them, right? Where is like every cluster is 100 each. I don't like geometry. So ideally we want to put this 100 around the switch that they should be connected to, right? How do we put this 100? So we can put 5 rows above and 5 rows below, like 5 rows of 10 and 5 rows of 10. Or maybe, I'd say even 4 rows of 25, like 25 here, 25, 25, yeah, I think this would be better. So I have like 25 in like 4 rows above the switch. Right, so we have to calculate the coordinate. Okay, so how to calculate coordinates? Find group, find corresponding switch and its coordinates. We will have four rows of 25 devices above the switch XY. Okay, so first we have to find the row number of switches from 1 to 100. So what is going to be the formula? So it's number minus 1 and then on 25 plus 1. Yeah, this is a row number. Well, actually, hold on. Like, well, yeah. A row number. Position within row is going to be num minus 1 modulus 25 plus 1. Actually, in this case, we can have 0 numbering here as well. This should be fine. Right, next. We found these numbers. Now we have to calculate this position on the grid now. This is going to be weird. To have this position, and I know that, for example, router 4 is 4th router in the row 1. Yeah, so how are we doing that? 4th router. So I think first we have to shift the position number by Okay, let's try calculating x first. Router x coordinate. So first we have this position. I think we have to shift it by 13. Yeah, I think we have to shift it by 13. So let's take example. We have router 4 is row 1 or row 0, and then position, oh, by 12 then. Position 4. No, it's not 4. Is it 4? Yeah, it's position 4. So we have position from actually no. If this is router 4, right, this position within the row is going to be 3. Basically what I'm trying to say that if you have 25 per row, then the 13 one should be right above the switch. So let's say router 14 should be row 0. Router 13 position 12, yeah. So then we will have switch X oh, now we have to shift it, right? Okay, shift by 12. This is going to be -9. Shift by 12. This is 0. Yeah. So then we take this shifted thing, we do plus, multiplier is plus 70 by like relative position or something. You see where it's going? So for example, this router 4 will have switch X -70 by 9, and then router 13 will have the same X. Yeah, so this should be fine. We will have to move 70 as a constant here. Now, what about router Y? Well, here we have to inverse the rows. We want the number like how far we are from the switch, right? And the fourth row should be closest to the switch. God damn it. Oh, this is hard. I remember when I was writing if to GNS3 converter very long time ago, this math took me a long time. Like you want to calculate some angles and some other stuff. Jesus Christ, that was not easy. So what if I say 4 minus row number? Okay, so this is going to be switch Y. And actually, can it be 4? Because we have from 0 to 3 here. From 0 to 3, no, it can be 4. So it can be 3 minus this row number. So for example, this router 4 is in row 0, yeah. 3 minus 0 is 3. We multiplied by 70. And then add to switch Y. Yeah, I think this works. And then, for example, if it's router in the like row number 3, which is the last row, right, from 0 to 1, 0, 1 to 3, then this 3 minus 3 is 0, by 70 is 0, and then it's switch. Oh, actually, it's not true. It should always be some non-negative number, so this should be actually 4, because we want to like, even in the last row, they should be above the switch so they don't collide. Yeah, so I think this is fine. Yeah, so this is going to take a lot of work, guys. What we'll have to do, we'll have to query. Where is my code? Do I have a group number? I should actually keep this group number in the group. I would even say I would define them as property. So property actually no, we don't need that. No, we don't need this, because we need this number why it's so hard. This number should be from either from like 0 to 99 or from 1 to 100. So we'll have, do I even have that? I think I don't say it. So let's say we have router 956, yes? We need to convert this to either 56 or 55 like position, so then we can plug this into this formula. So how do we do this? We can say 56 minus 1, yes, and then a modulus 100. So this is going to be 55 and this is going to be 55. So then we can just use this number like this to define row number and position within row. Yeah, I think this should be fair. But we this is good, but we need to have this number somewhere. And I don't save it anywhere. Holy, that's not good. Alright, we will change here some things. So hostname is going to be optional str and none, and then we'll do similar things. So we'll have this done, not done there, underscore hostname is equal to hostname. Then we'll have something similar to this, where hostname is either under hostname if it's present, if it's not none, or this is going to be self num, like this. Self num. So here we can change this, and we can say here we can add this number, and number is not optional, num int. Why my formatting is not working? Oh, because I didn't save it, of course. No, it just still doesn't work. Alright. We'll deal with this. Right, optional str none int, we need to save this num. Self num is equal to num. Right, we will have to create a new object here which refers specifically to GNS3 node or something. So we'll have something like self GNS3 node is equal to, for now it's going to be none, but we'll have to change this. And then this GNS3 node will have all of this bunch of things that we need. I honestly don't know why my black is not working. Oh, it's working now, right? There was some syntax mistake, I think. Right. Cool. So we have all of these pieces. What is this? Yes, we have to say num is equal to num. All right, we're good. We're good here. Okay, now another thing that I was really curious about and I kind of stopped at some point was this template ID. What I'm curious about is the following, and I need Wireshark. And I want to say HTTP. All right, so I want to see what exactly is happening when we are adding a new node. So for example, I will say R11, yeah? Okay. So we are actually doing post here to the V2 projects templates. Oh wow. Member key. Mike G.D. King. Hello there. How are you doing, sir? This is weird. And then what do we get as a response? Ouch. Oh, I think I know what it is. Wireshark export JSON. Okay, and let's also connect those. Where is this? So let's also connect. So we connect this E00 to E11. We have to change the config here. It's actually fine. Right, and then, well, I don't want to start, so I think this should be enough. So let's go here and step by step, let's track and save these JSON files. Thank you for kind words. I appreciate it. So we need to export bytes. Where do I want to put this? Oh, I can just say request one JSON. Then here I will say response one JSON. What is this? Good, yeah, okay. So we'll say a request to JSON. Then response for JSON. response to JSON. Okay, we don't need these computes. I am not sure what this was. Is it links? No, it's not links. Links is here. Well, I can save it and then you'll see what's going on there. So let's do request 3. I think it was moving. Yeah, I think it was moving it around the canvas. So we'll export this response 3. I think this was again moving. Request 4. Response 4. Okay, we don't need computes. Here, what is this? Oh yeah, this is where we are creating a link. We do need this. So request 5. Post. Let's also save this. Response 5. What is this? This is changing something on the link, and it was sent twice. Ouch. Oh no. This is different. This is different. I think this is where I added Wireshark, and then we get the config, and we get startup config. Though that's not a lot of text here. Okay, I think for now it should be fine. So let's explore that. Right. Oh, that's unfortunate. So take a look at this. We are checking the template. We are saying, I want to create a node with these coordinates from this template. This is what we'll get as a response. You see this? So we say, I want router from this template with these coordinates. We say, where is this? We need response 1 JSON. This is what we get with the response. We got all of these fields populated with X and Y. That's very cool. That's actually what I need. So we do post to template. We get a response. What do we say next? And does it also give me ID? Yeah, it also does. So it actually gives me ID, all of this stuff. This is good. This is good. Now, the only problem though is that it automatically selects the router name. If this feature would let me select the router name, this would be so much better. Because we will have to change this router name. I'm actually curious, what if I say... What if I say name as well in this request? You know what? Let's actually try this. This should be good. So we will repeat this thing, but I will just put a random or something. So I have here this postman. Yeah, we have project ID. We need to save the template ID. So let's duplicate this. So we say templates, and then this template will do post. Content type. Wait, what? Oh, not headers, of course. Content type. This should be application JSON. Right. Let's see again. Post project template. Yeah. And let's take a look at this. We will say body raw. They have GraphQL here in Postman now. That's very interesting. So we will say what X is 1, 2, 3, and Y is 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Excuse me. What do you even mean? Oh, well, yes. Yes, but actually no. Yeah, 3. Alright, so if you do this, it creates for us the router name. But what if I say I want the router to be R435? Yeah, it actually doesn't allow me. They do have a schema here, which I will really want to see. So let's check this out. It was project templates. Oh, you can only say X and Y. Oh wow. Alright. So we can only use X and Y here. So that's a little bit sad, because this means that we'll have to change the startup config potentially. Yeah. Goddamn. Not cool. Okay, so we do this. Yes, we receive this. We copy paste this. We change this name to R14 here and here. And then we'll have to change startup config anyway. But this is a good start. So let's copy this to our app. Apparently I don't need this node stuff at all. What I need is IOL template ID. Okay, then another thing that we have to create, I think it's another abstraction for GNS3. For GNS3 things. I guess we can actually use this. It's very sad. Okay, let's modularize some of these parts of this application. I have to think this through. It's not as straightforward as I thought it's going to be. Because if you want to, for example, if I want to calculate x and y, yes, I need to know where the switches are. In order for me to know that, I need to know a bunch of things. And then I may also want to say that, oh, okay, I want to do this only for x or for y. God damn. Yeah, I think first we have to query the current project here for nodes, and then write down at least their coordinates, at least for some of the devices. And I think this should be another abstraction. Let's also write down the project ID here. All right. Okay, here we have to parse the current topology. And I only care about existing nodes, to be honest. I don't care about anything else. So in our init we'll have project ID, I guess, which is going to be a string. Maybe something else, I'm not sure yet. Okay, then we will need the class method. And I want to use asyncio, so async def from project ID, I think. And here is going to be project ID, str, and then also class. Oh god. And then this will return GNS3 topology. Well, I will need links as well. Okay, let me... Guys, this is much harder than I thought it was going to be. As usual. And I will need to use this client later as well. So that's going to hurt. feels like I should create this completely outside. Okay, I will create topology. Well, no, yeah, it's kind of incorrect, I think. I want to say GNS3 project. And then this is going to be project. Then this one is going to have ID. This may change. This function is going to be fetch from ID. We will need, well, how do we want to do this? I think we need to have something like async with a GNS3 project as right. So I think we'll say GNS3 project fetch from ID, project ID as project, as GNS3 project, and then we'll do here some other things. Now we have to just make this work. Okay, so we have init, then enter, and then exit. Okay, so init is going to be first. So you have to create client here, I guess. Will it even? Oh, it should be. I should be able. I should be fine. So we'll have here self HTTP client is going to be httpx. Yes, we'll import httpx. Then we will need enter. I don't remember arguments though. Okay, self, and this, I need this as well. So this is self. Oh, it's actually, is it self? I think it should return self or something like this. And this should be async, of course. And here we'll say return, no. Here we have to say self http client a close according to the docs. Yep, cool. Cool. So we create this, then we will enter these things. Okay, async fetch from ID. Yeah, now we should be able to use this. Actually, we can't. God damn. This will not work this way. Because we didn't initialize the client yet here. When we say async fetch from ID. So we actually will need to create the client again. Like this. I mean, it's actually not that big of a deal, to be honest. So we can say async is HTTP client as client, as HTTP client. Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it kind of smells a little bit, but I don't think I have brain power to fix this immediately. So we have the client. Now we have to get nodes data, which we'll do using HTTP. We can await. Can we await? Actually, we can't. We can't because we'll need to do async IO gather to do this. Okay, so HTTP client post, no, get, yes, and then well, first we have to get the project URL from app constants, import GNS3 controller IP root. So project URL is going to be GNS3 controller plus f projects Ponek. Thank you so much for following. Project ID, where is this project ID? So I'll say here project ID, and then here you have to say project URL plus well, I can say f string to be fair. I can say project URL nodes Okay, this is a coroutine, yeah. So get node scorer. Do we need any headers? I mean, ideally we do, but I'm lazy, so probably not. And then we'll get link scorer. It's going to be the same thing. Links. So then we have to mix them. We'll do await asyncio. Have to import asyncio. Asyncio gather, and then you say get nodes coro. And then get links coro. I'm not sure I got the syntax right. No, this is incorrect. We need another thing. We have to say here asyncio create task. Create task. We'll say here asyncio create task as well. Get nodes task. Get links task. And then here we'll say task. And then I can say nodes data. Nodes data is equal to get nodes task. Get nodes task result JSON, and then links data is equal to get links task result JSON. Right. So what we did here is that we are creating we are making these two HTTP requests simultaneously. We are creating a task and then we'll say using gather. What's the syntax for gather? Yeah, it should be correct. Cool. So this should work. We'll get this node state and link state. Now we have to parse this data. And I also want to use IO files, and I need an example. Okay, I sync with IO files open. We need it in main function here. So we'll say here async def, and then async with we'll have to import IO files. We will sync with, where is this? IO files open. I think it also requires me to specify where is right. No, it seems to be fine. Okay, so this was an easy fix. And then here you have to await on this. Alright, here we are creating this project. We'll have to parse the nodes data. Which is here. Like, I don't really need everything here, but why I can't scroll through this? It doesn't allow me to scroll here. Hello? Can I have scrolling, please? So I will need X, Y, Z, definitely. I would like to have ID from that thing. So I want to have name of the device, X, Y, Z. And I want to have ID of the node ID, I think. That's a lot of things for the switch. Oh, and there should be also node type as well. Dmitry, can you afford 1000 devices? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I should be able to do at least 500. 1000 is debatable. Hi Ponek, how are you doing? Yeah, we have to be careful here. So I need node will have ID, it will have type, it will have name, and it will have coordinates. Okay, and then we will say just here self ID is equal to ID. Can I make it easier? Let me think. Yeah, I should be able to make it easier. Let me say poetry at authors. Then here import author. Here we'll say author dot. What was the function? Author s. So for those of you who don't know, authors is a library which is Python class generator, so it allows you to write less. It has been around for a while. Yeah, it's author s. So I say author s, and the way you would do this, I need an example. Hold on, I need to take a look at one of my projects. Okay, models, base. Yeah, this one. Right, and then here we'll say the following: ID str, type str, name str, x int, y int, and that z int. Okay, this is what we have. And then we will have class methods. Class method saying that def load is equal to, say, node data, and this is dictionary of str any, and we have to import this, of course. So from typing import dictionary any, here we will return GNS3 node object. Okay, and here we will have to parse things. So we'll say I can say here node Where are you living in Poland? I'm curious because I'm also from Poland. I live in Krakow. Okay, so we will be doing it like this, and we have to be super careful. Have to be very, very careful when we are doing this. Why so much scrolling? It's ridiculous. Right, so name is name. Right, so name is data name. Next, not type. So type is going to be data, not type. Yes, ID is data, not ID. And we need X, Y, Z, which are numbers. So it should be just like this. Data X. How do I duplicate? Where are the settings? Preferences. Here, keyboard shortcuts, duplicate. Control Alt D. Alright. Right. So Y and that Z. Okay, so this is not data, and then result is going to be CLS not data, and then return the result. All right, I think this is okay. Blank lines. Okay, save, no new line. Okay, cool. So what do we do here? I can create a function called the static method, which will say def parse nodes data. This will accept data which is dictionary of str. Oh wait, is it even dictionary? It's a list. Oh, okay. So this is actually a list of dictionaries. Okay. So we parse this. We will receive return as the str, and then I have to import that from app GNS3 node, import GNS3 node. Okay, so this will be, so what I want to receive, so I parse the nodes and I create a dictionary where the key is going to be the host name and the value is going to be this object that we just created. And so how do we do this? We will say result is, oh no, this is incorrect. The result is for node data in data. This will not work as the comprehension. You have to rewrite this a little bit. So GNS3 node is empty dictionary, and then for node data in data, we'll say that node is equal to GNS3 node load node data, and then result node.name is equal to node, and then we return result. So this will be then name to node is going to equal topology GNS3 project parse nodes data, and then this is going to be get node task result JSON like this. Okay, and then we'll have to think about this later. So for now, we'll just skip this. Okay, cool. So now we actually can start do like a basic test. Not yet 100% sure this is what we need, but let me put a breakpoint here. Okay, so you'll call this function fetch from ID, project ID, and then we will do all the stuff, and then allegedly it should work, at least partially. This will probably yell at me, but yeah, let's just try. Okay, so what do we do to run this? We need to take a look at our main function. Yeah, I think this should be enough. There is probably some problem, but whatever. What is this? Why it doesn't like async? Like blank lines. Control Alt F. Right. Cool. So I think we could try running this. So we'll say poetry run Python and then main py. So name true is not defined. Okay, so this is in our constants true here. One more time. List is not defined. It's GNS3 project line 31. List and dict is not, yeah, okay, so we'll have to say here from typing import list dict any, and I think this should be good. Let's do one more time. iExit is not working. Why iExit is not working? Because we didn't create this object yet. Interesting. How did I do it in this? No, here. Close session, close. Okay, so I create object in init and then I close it in iExit. I don't await on it, I think. Let's simplify this slightly. I mean, I kind of get it and I don't get it at the same time. What if I say here and then I return the result? I don't think this will help. Yeah, my breakpoint is just not working. Shit. That's very sad. Okay, I have an idea, but I don't like it, and I'm going to use it anyway. Wait, what? Why? GNS3 project fetch from ID, attribute error. Attribute error A exit. Am I dumb? Yeah, I'm dumb. I'm sorry. This should be GNS3 project. GNS3 project is equal to await on this. Yeah, this should work now. Maybe. Okay, and then breakpoint worked, but I don't think we are where we are supposed to be. Yeah, I think I might need to have a breakpoint here. What was your first network project? Some server client? You mean on the stream, or like, what exactly do you mean by first network project? Right, are we good here? Yeah, I think this should be fine. Maybe. I think I need to get rid of this breakpoint, and I need to put it here and then try again. Okay, cool. So now we have GNS3 project, and then if I say name to node, nodes, name to node. I have these objects, yes, and I can say, for example, switch one, and let's look at the name, and then so the switch one, and then X, Y, Z, and then ID, and then type. Okay, cool. So all of this is working. It's the beginning of my career. My first networking project at the beginning of my career. So a case. So I started as working professionally as a tech engineer, so customer support engineer. So I had my first networking project was actually taking a case from a customer. I was supporting the mostly routers and software on them. So like whenever there is a crash or a memory leak or some other things, something that is not working as expected, specifically from like general software architecture side. So this is what my team was doing, and yeah, I was tech engineer there. So yeah, I was not writing code at the beginning. Well, I was writing code as a hobby, but not as my daily job, I guess. Right, folks, we are making great progress here. Though not as fast as I would like it to be. We're recording for 2 hours and we still nowhere close to adding devices. But we managed to get somewhere, so that's good. So okay, this is fine. GNS3 project. Okay, let's do a couple of things here. Okay, this is fine. I want to delete this. Let's rerun this. And I can say GNS3 project name to node. Let's do switch to. Okay, I have ID, switch type, X, Y, Z. Okay, this is very important. I will need this switch thing later. And actually now I think I actually need it right now. And to be fair, I actually need here context manager. Well, okay, for now I can leave it like this, but eventually I will need to add it. it will be easier debugging right now. So replace with add async context manager. Cool. Now we have to marry our devices with this other stuff. Okay, so I do need to have another property here. So property group number. Group number, self, and this is going to be int, and this is from group number from 1 to 0 to 1 to 10. Triple quotes, and then we will say we want to add another constant here, which will say num devices per switch, num routers per switch. This is going to be 100. Here we will say return self num -1. We need constants. From app constants, import max number of routers per switch. This is 100. So we'll say num routers per switch and then +1. Yeah, cool. Here I will need to replace it with this constant as well. Num routers per switch. Okay, cool. So we have this group number. Okay, now we fetch this. We can also do fetch links as well, and then it should not take a long time. It should be actually very easy, very straightforward. Links. Not so easy. Because I will probably want to reference nodes here by node ID. Oh wow, yeah. This is going to be painful. So I also need to be able to fetch a node by ID here when I am connecting these links. Suspend project ID. Yeah, okay. We have still some work to do. So we'll have to add it here. Name to node, ID to node. We'll have to return a tuple here. Tuple. And then this is going to be similar thing. Right. Now here we will have name to node. And then Ctrl-R-D, ID to node. And then here we'll say name to node, ID to node. Because we need to do lookups based on ID as well. So node ID is equal to node. Cool. Now we do this. I can say nodes data is equal to this. Just refactor a little bit for easy read. Now when I'm parsing links though, links data, and then ID to link, I guess. We'll say static method parse links data. I don't know what we will yet return, so this is yet to be determined. I don't know about that either. I think I can leave it like this for now. Now we'll use this GNS3 project parse links data. Parse links data, and we'll say links data. And also we'll need to provide ID to node as well. So links data, parse links data, ID to node is ticked str GNS3 node. Easy. And my Siri got activated on my phone. Yep, we will need to create another file representing link. So GNS3 link py. This is going to be link, and we want to see what arguments we need to have. Okay, so link has ID, type, and nodes. All right, so ID and nodes, is well, list. Oh, to be fair, it should be a set. It should be a set of. Oh, for now, let's just list of nodes we'll have to import type checking here because I want to provide the type for the node, so we'll have to say hello, how do you feel about solid? I don't know what that is, I'm sorry. All right, so this should be fine. Okay, it also has label, but I don't care about that. Huh. Now it's even more difficult here. We have to say to each port and adapter it's connected, starting from 0. So this should have another class then. So GNS3 port, I guess. And this port will have adapter number, port number, and node ID. I would want to say but didn't hear about clean architecture from Robert Martin. How do you design software then? I'm just curious. I'm sorry, I don't have an answer to that. I design software. I didn't read that book, and I mostly design software based on my previous experience. Alright, do we want here ID, or we want to have a reference to the object? And I'm thinking I want a reference to an object, but this could bite me. This could bite me. I think I want to have object. And this could be what? Named tuple, for example. So this is going to be named tuple like this. Right, and then here we have to be extra careful with what we are doing. So we'll have to... God damn it. Okay, so this, yeah, we have to be careful here. And here we have to find node, and we should be able to find it easily here. So node is id to node and then id of this is going to be port connection data node id. So we have these two ports, and yeah, this should be fine. So then this should be GNS3 port. Here we have to be careful. So link ID and link type. So link ID link ID and link type, and here nodes. I would even go and call it ports ports, and ports here will be ports. And then this is closing our dictionary. And then we have it. So link data, all right. Yeah, so this looks fine. So we will be creating this GNS3 link objects, which have integer, and GNS3 node. Let me put a comment here. Starts with 0. Starts with 0 as well. Okay, cool. So we will load this, and this should be fine. We can save this. We can. Oh, black is not working. Oh no, it's fine. Cool. Black is working. Node GNS3 project. Okay, cool. We have this. I would even go ahead and just say I just need a list of links. Or maybe okay, let's think of like what operations we are going to do with links. When we are adding a link, we have to make sure that the link is not there, right? We characterize links as a connection on some port of one device to another port on another device. So we need to have lookups based on that property, right? So I want to say that I want to have some kind of function which will say like get link or something based on that. So how do we even do this? Let's say I want the link on between router 1 E00 to router 2 E01, right? So I need all of this data to be a key. Oh, this is pain. This is so much pain. Yeah, right. This is not going to be cool. So let's do link ID. PiggyPie, thank you so much for following. MGS skills also, thank you for supporting the channel. Alright, so my brain hurts. I want to say ID, but it's not ID, it's I mean it's going to be an identifier, but I don't know how to call it. I know it should be the following. It should be SMH for now. I don't know how to call it. And this is going to be a tuple. I can even put tuple. First, I want to sort ports. So this is going to be sorted self ports. And then I want to say that it's very big tuple. I would want to say that it's sorted ports 0, first port is going to be this, and second port, okay. Here I'm saying that it's going to be first port node, first port adapter number, first port port number, and then second port node, second port adapter number, and of course it should be dot, right? What I'm even doing here, it should be dot everywhere, like this, because we'll have to query based on this. I want to call it identifier, but it's not. It's let's do human ID, but even then that I don't like. Or let's do, I know, this is going to be alternative ID. Dot. Okay, we are almost there. So second port number. Cool. Let's just do tuple of any. I'm so lazy today that I can't be bothered to put this. Alt ID sounds good. So first we sort. Doesn't matter like based on which fields we sort. It's just what matters is that for pair we always sort it the same way, and then we'll say, yeah, we extract that, and then we would not adapter port. This is good. So here what we want to have is alt ID to link dictionary do I even have proper syntax? ppmx20, thank you for following. I'm not even sure I have proper syntax. MyPy tuple tuple, hello. Oh, it's vice versa. It's it should be like this. And then link. Where was it? It's any. I have any imported. Cool. So now we can save this in format. And my format is not working because why? Because I forgot this. Right, cool. So this is good. Now this parsing should be reworked. So alt id to link. We parse this. We go through all of these and we say, oh, I forgot that I want to have GNS3 link here. GNS3 GNS3 link, and here I want to say that I'm going to return dictionary of weird tuple, almost this, and this is going to be GNS3 link, and this is also going to be GNS3 link. We are starting with empty dictionary, and we will say for link data in links, in data, yeah. Link is equal to GNS3 link, load link data, and then we'll say that alt id to link from link alt id is equal to link, and then we will return that alt id link, which we do so that we can do lookup what links are present and what links are not. We will want to have, here is this saved, alt id to link is going to be alt id to link. We will want to copy this. Oh no, not here. This. We want to pass this as well. Alt id to link. This is dictionary, yeah, and we will save it here. I want to have a function which will say def get link, and then we should be able to damn, yeah, this one is, we'll keep it for now. So this is values view for GNS3 links, and then we'll say self alt id to links values. Cool. Yeah, I think this should work. If I say here alt id to link is equal to alt id to link, and if I run this, tuple is not defined, or in the GNS3 link tuple. Okay, let's rerun this. Load missing one positional argument, GNS3 here. Where are we? And why are we missing? I actually don't see this. Why I can see this? Oh, here, yeah. I did a note. All right, let's go. Key is not working. Wow, okay. Why it's not working? So we have a link, but I don't think we have a node for that. Actually, I have this node, and it's right there. Oh, ouch, I see my problem. One more time. Unhashable type GNS3 node. Okay, this I kind of expected. So one problem here is not here. Where is this sorting? We have here the sorting, yes, and this sorting is trying to sort every element, starting with, well, it's trying to sort this, no, self ports, it's trying to sort this, but this GNS3 node is not hashable, so it can't sort it. So what do? Well, we just hash them. Hash. I think I will need equal then as well. Self. And then this should return integer, and we will say return outer hash. Oh, I can say if you want hashing and equality by object identity, use this. If you want to make object hashable by value, use this frozen true. Yeah, I think I can say frozen true here. So frozen true. Okay. And now we are live. So if I say GNS3 project, I'll say list links. I can even say list. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. Right. So now we have a list of links, like this one is connected on this device to this port, and so on and so forth. Yeah, guys, it seems like we will not be able to finish this today. It's just taking so much time. But I'm happy with my progress though here. Alright, we'll do it for like another 15 minutes or so, and then we will wrap up. I really was hoping that we will be able to add devices today, but it seems like we can't. Just not enough time. I mean, I can at least add the new function. So I can do this, yeah, I can add node, at least start working on it. I would even go and say add the router. And for router, the only thing that we really need is the route or device object itself. Device, and then this is going to be from up device, import device. Okay. From up device, import device. Yes, and say device. And this should be known, I think. Okay, so what is the process? We will have to be very careful here, as usual. So I need to use API. Well, first I need to calculate X and Y for the router, which is not super easy to do, by the way. Okay, I want to move this to another split, right? Okay, first we have to identify group for the router, yes, which is device.group number. Then we need to identify switch name for this, which is going to be f switch and then group number. Like this. Okay, cool. So now we have switch name. We need to fetch the switch. Yes. So we will have to say switch is equal to self name to node is equal to switch name. Okay, this is our switch. Now we have switch X and switch Y coordinates. And then we have to use our formulas which we derived somewhere in our files. Where are they? Here, yeah. Okay, we will have 4 rows of 25 devices. Okay, we need another constant. We need another constant called num routers per row. It's going to be 25. And here we'll have to import num routers per row. Yes. And num routers per switch as well. Okay. So calculate coordinates, find group, find corresponding switch, and then use formulas. Well, I need sequence number in group as well. Okay, sequence number in group, and this is going to be self num, no, device num, -1, and then modulus a number of routers per switch. Okay, so if this is a router number 55, this is going to be 54, and this is going to be 54. All right. Now we need a row number from 0 to 99 here, and then row number is going to be well, just sequence number in group, yes, on num routers per switch. Num routers per row. Okay, so if this was 54, then this is we will divide this by 25, and then it will be in group 1. Whatever, in group like 3 or 2. 54, it's going to be in group number 3, but our count starts from 0, so this is going to be 0 to 3. So this should be group number 2 here. Can you choose? Thank you for following. So if I say, so I have row number, I can say row num. Next, I need to have position within row is equal to sequence number in group, yes, modulo 25. So this is going to be from 0 to 24. This is position. Okay, then we have router X. Well, let's do this. Relative position within row is equal to, we have to shift this number by 12. So like from 0 to 24, we shift this so we have device in the middle. So -12. And of course, I have to use this. And here I would say yeah, integer division, but divided by 2. It's like DigitalOcean. What exactly do you mean? I'm not sure about your question, to be honest. Okay, so we have this 25, we shifted by half. So then router X is equal to switch X plus, and then let's do pixels between routers, between devices, is going to be 70. So a router X, switch X plus, and I have to import this. Right, pixels between devices. So switch X plus pixels between devices multiplied by relative position. Okay, so pixels between devices multiplied by, well, let's do it vice versa, relative position within the row multiplied by pixels between devices, and then router Y is equal to switch Y, and then the formula there was kind of weird. So plus, alright, this one is number of routers per switch divided by number of routers per row minus row number, and the row number can be from 0 to 3. So it's either, so this one is 4, yes, and it's 4 minus 0, it's 4, and 4 minus 3 is 1. So it's should be within range from 1 to 4, which is what we need, and we need to multiply by that spacing pixels between devices. Okay, and this is just to calculate router X and Y. So I guess we will want to do it separately. I can move this function within device, I think. I can say here calculate coordinates. In order to do that, I need, well, the only thing I really need is this self-to-node switch. So name to node checking. If type checking, then we will say from up ouch. Actually, no, we don't need this. We do need we need this. We have to say GNS3 node is equal to GNS3 node. Here we need dictionary. And here we'll say this is dictionary from str to GNS3 out, and this will return to us a tuple with int and y, with two int values. Yeah, so we need import tuple here as well, and we copy all this code. We have to modify it slightly, just a little bit. Okay, so this is self, and name to node is provided to us. Right, and then we return router x, router y. Cool. So now we can calculate these coordinates super easy. We are almost at 3 hours, so I will honestly I want to create device so much, at least one. Okay, so we save this, here we need this. Yeah, so first of all, what do? We send a request to templates saying I want a device with these coordinates, blah blah blah. So we'll have to say template URL is equal to the we only have to import this URL. UL template ID. I want to say that the template URL is going to be constants GNS3 controller IP root plus slash templates. Yeah. Actually no, not exactly. So f slash template slash and then IOL template ID. This is my template. Now payload, well, node data is going to be equal to await on self HTTP client post template URL, and then node coordinates data is going to be okay, so node coordinates data is going to be x is device x, yes, and then y is device y, node coordinates data, and then node data is going to be post Gasthaus, thank you for following. So I post to template URL, and then I say JSON is equal to nodes coordinates data. So this will give me a response. This will give me this response. This is what I need. Yes. right? This is cool. Yeah, this is pretty much everything that I need here. So we'll do this post and then we will say JSON. So this is not data. So next we have to modify this. I want to say that node data name will be equal to device.name, device.hostname. Yep. And then node data label text is going to be equal also the same thing, device hostname. And this is pretty much it. Now the next thing is that request to JSON. We will just copy this thing and we'll just send it. So node URL. Node URL is going to be equal to, how do I do it, by the way? I don't remember anymore. So I post then, and then I do put for specific ID. Ouch. Okay. So here I also need to extract ID then. So node ID should be extracted. It should be node data. Node ID, I think. Node ID. So then here we have to change this. I don't know what I did, but this is not what I wanted to do. So here I want to say that ID, well, URL is going to be API root. Hi Dmitry, thank you for seeing. I have been getting a lot from the last few days. Thank you for the feedback, Joe. Appreciate it. We'll be wrapping up like in 5 minutes or so. I think I really want to be able to add like 50 devices to my topology. Not even start them, but just add them. Zina, thank you so much for following as well. So API root and then nodes. Oh, this is incorrect actually, folks. This is incorrect. So here with templates, I made a mistake. So we need to say projects, project ID, templates, and template ID. So this should be projects and then project ID. And of course it would be better if I rename all of this a little bit, but whatever. Okay, so API root, projects, project ID, templates, and then template ID. Cool. I can even say like the following, because project ID is going to be the same. Project ID URL is going to be like this. And then here I can say project ID URL. Just to simplify this a little bit, and here we'll say the same thing. So project ID URL, nodes, and then node ID. Yep, node ID. Cool. So node URL we have node data. Now the only thing that is left to do is actually create this, which will be self HTTP client, put node URL, and then we'll say JSON is equal to node data. Cool. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, and this is how we add device. Now the way we are going to test it is the following. First, I want to create a single device. Oh, I did not import any of this. This is so sad. Okay, and now pixels between devices. Cool. Save. Okay, I think this is close. It's weird that this doesn't work, by the way, the complaints about tuple. Well, I think it's totally fine. Okay, cool. So we save this and we test this. We test this by going to our main function. I have this project ID, whatever. And then we'll say, well, I need to leave this to be fair. I want to say await GNS3 project add router, and here I say, well, I provide the devices and then I provide the number of devices. So let's say I want to add router, which one I don't have. So let's say I want to, I have the switch to, I want to add router 100.04. So, and remember this indexing starts with 0, so this will be 105. So it's very unlikely I did it correct the first time, which I obviously didn't, so we'll just have to fix a couple of mistakes here and there, but this should work. Project, so where does it complain? Line 71, I forgot to close this. Cool, this is incorrect, we have to close this and then we have to run this again. Coroutine object has no attribute JSON. Coroutine object has no attribute JSON. Coroutine object has no, yeah, okay, yes. This is line 72, 78, which is here, yes. So we have to say template response. This is going to be this, and then no data is going to be template response JSON. Yeah, here I will just print to the console, by the way, the response. So let's say node response is equal to this. Let me see in my files. Request response to JSON. Oh, it just, okay, the put just says, I will do the following: print node response. I will just print the code node response status code. Yeah, cool. Let's go. Let's go. We got 500. So something was wrong. Can I say text? Traceback. Not object has no attribute command line. Okay, so there is something wrong here. So let's check it out. So what we have to do is we have to compare request to JSON. Split right. Oh wow. What? Why? And response 1 JSON. So I get all of these details, but it says like, no, this what you're doing is incorrect. Damn. I thought we were so close. I mean, we are, but... Wait, maybe... Did it just work? No, I mean, it can't, right? It can't. Interesting. You know what, guys? We actually succeeded. Our coordinates is way off. Apparently I just don't need this. Let's take a look. Oh wait, here we go, yeah? We have this 4 device. I'm not sure why we have 4. I'm curious if they support patch, which it doesn't seem they do. Post nodes node ID. Okay, so there is get, there is put, and there is delete. Okay, so there is no... I mean, if we put, we have to replace this whole thing. Bishwin, thank you for following. Alright, so what do we do? What do we do? And why also coordinates are incorrect? This just bothers me. I mean, I request... Okay, let me do another thing slightly, because we will have to wrap up soon. Yeah, something weird is going on here, but let me see response again. So this is a response to JSON, and we need response 1 JSON and then request to JSON. Okay, cool. So properties. This has the same coordinates. Interesting, this request doesn't have a change of the router name. Does it support changing the name? Yeah, it does. It does. Okay. All right, let's just go to our GNS3 project again. I will comment this for a second, and this as well. Let's print status code here. Okay, here we go. Then next, I want to go to main function. And then here I want to say for e in range 10. And then I want to add this. I should add them a little bit differently, to be honest, but I can't be bothered right now. We'll just do it one by one. So let's save this, let's rerun this. I don't need the breakpoint anymore. Okay, and so what is the result we are looking for? We have routers from 1 to 10, and there are some other ones which I will actually delete right now. There is one more. Okay, here. Cool. And guys, I know that it's small, it's also small for me, but I want to be aware like where they're going to be added. So let's look here on the right. We have routers from 1 to 10, right? If I'm running this and I'm adding 10 devices, they should appear somewhere. 201, 201, 201, 201. Okay, so this means, look at this. Now I have 10 routers here. Okay. That's very cool. Now my only problem is that their coordinates are bad. But at least we added them, right? I mean, I don't get why their coordinates are so bad. I mean, I understand why they're in the same place. That part I understand. What I don't understand is why they are all... Okay, one more test. I want to see how they are. So, let's say I want to add devices for switch 3, right? Devices from switch 3 starts from 201 to 300. So from here, since it's zero-based index, is from 200 to 300, non-inclusive, right? And then here I will say device at that number. Okay, I just want to see this. Okay. All right. Look at this is amazing. Now, my problem though is that the coordinate system here is wrong. Because I want to be... Like, I thought they are going to be... I thought they were going to be above the switch, but apparently they are below the switch. So it seems like the like coordinate axis is like is in different way. But this is like not big of a deal. I mean, I will have to fix y-axis. Folks, I think this is great. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do switch 6. So for switch 6, it's from 500 to 600, yeah. I could also try changing the host name, but it should be a little bit different. So I should be able to form that this is what I need to fix. Yeah, I can actually do it. It should be pretty fast. Let me test one thing here. What if I say name is equal to device host name, just this, and then I will say label text is equal to also device host name. I don't think this is going to work. It will probably yell at me, but I want to try anyway. So let's do just one, yeah? Okay, and let's run this. Invalid syntax, why it's invalid syntax? Comma, yeah. Mr. Wolf, thank you for following. Kernel Panic, thank you so much for subscription. Really appreciate it. Alright, so node data, I think like this. Node URL. Right, let's try this. Node ID is not defined. node ID needs to be the following. Where can we get this? From template response JSON is going to be this, and then node ID should be JSON node ID. I actually think this may not be needed. Let's run. Okay, and device should be 500. I did it correctly. Nice, 501. What's 501? Oh yeah, correct, yes. And where is this? Over here. I see one more device though. I'm not sure yet why. I don't need this response text. Let's say if node response status code. So if this is 200 or this is 300, we'll say print device device hostname updated successfully, and then here we'll say if template response JSON, if template response status code device successfully created, like this. And then here we can say, let's do 20 of those. Let's run this. Let's go. Let's go. Oops. Okay. My UI is lagging as hell right now. I broke GNS3. Okay, here we go. Here we have 501. Now, one thing I'm very curious about is startup. Yeah, so there is this problem in startup config that we still have to update it, which we're going to do tomorrow and start all of them actually. But look at this. Okay. Guys, one last test and then we will wrap up, because it's really has been a long time today. So let me remove this. And let's try again. Oh, I can't do shift click here. That's very sad. I'm scared that I could, yeah, I could accidentally delete something here. Okay. Oh no. I just deleted the link. Right. I want to do switch 5. Right. Folks, moment of truth. So for switch 5, we need to have devices from 401 to 500. This is what I want. So let's go. Let's go. Where is my code? So I need here devices from 400. This is zero-based index here. So this should take devices from 401 to 501, but this is non-inclusive, so the last one is going to be 500. Right, let's save this, let's run this, and let's wrap up. Look at this. Look at these devices. My UI is lagging again. Actually, it's very interesting that the console is not liking this, so I will have to. Yeah, there is a lot of tracebacks in the console. No, that's all. Where's the rest of my devices? Excuse me. Temporary failure in memory. It was so fast. Okay. Right. I'm thinking, you know what, folks? I actually should very quickly fix this and then move on. So here's what we are going to do. Oh, I have it here, yeah. So here text, we'll have to replace it, and then I will need name as well. I want to replace this. And then node ID, I also need to replace this. So node ID, name, node ID, and label text. So the way we are going to do it is using how it's called, from copy import deep copy. So from copy import deep copy. We will need to import this node dict as well. Node dict. And we'll have to change it here. We have to change it here. Oh, this X and Y also needs to be replaced. Right, let me put 0 right now. Yes. So let's go ahead and do this really quick. Node data is equal to node dict, deep copy node dict. Because I do believe that's why GNS3 GUI is kind of like lagging. And then we have to like fix all of these attributes basically. So we have to say name is equal to node device hostname. We have to say node data dot label text is equal to device hostname. Next, we have to say node data, node ID is equal to node ID. Okay, this one done, this one done, this one done. So we only left with X and Y. So node data X is equal to device X, and then node data Y is equal to device Y. All right, so this looks much better to me. Let's run this, and let's make sure we deleted all of these devices, because you can see there are errors on the GNS3 console. There are tracebacks, so there are many exceptions here. This is not good. So let's go ahead and run this. By the way, I also deleted core 3. Core 3 is gone. That's so sad. My beautiful router core 3 is just gone. Poof! And disappeared. Alright, let's run this. Let's run this, folks. We will go to our main PY. And then we will run this. And let's see. Interesting. I want to fix this. Let's see this real quick. Yeah, so something is incorrect. So I create this. Well, this reply says 200, okay, by the way. Yeah. And then there is internal server error. Based on this put. So this put, no good. Something is going on here, but oh, okay. I did not save it. Yes, of course. Let's do one more time. Here we go. But it's still too fast. What does it actually say? I mean, I can put a static IP address, by the way. Static IP address in constants. I just need to know the IP address. So it's, I think, 153.128. Okay, cool. Let's go back here and let's delete this. I'm thinking about adding some delay as well. Sleep. Oh, it's in seconds. I can sleep for... How much time do I want to sleep here? Let's sleep for... like 0.3 seconds here and there. So here I want to sleep. Asyncio sleep 0.3. And then here I will sleep, and then we have IP address instead of domain name as well. Let's go. I am an idiot. This doesn't work this way. I need to await when I sleep. careful, you got one between switches. Okay, I actually seem to be able to create all of them. Here we go. Here we go. I do think I need a little bit more spacing between them. Clear. Okay, well, let's do a little bit more spacing and then we will wrap up. So spacing, let's say what, 85 pixels. And then I will be sleeping, so it will not be spamming my backend so fast. And there are no logs on the console, by the way. What am I doing? I am adding network devices to my topology for, well, to later test them and test some tools like Ansible and some other stuff. I mean, this is significantly slower, but it's also kind of like safer, yeah. But it's still like too long. I can't wait so long. 0.2. Await the sleep. Yeah, I actually did that. I mean, I did that mistake at the beginning, but I already fixed that. And the spacing is good, so I can actually see the device name. Isn't this beautiful? I think this is beautiful when devices are created like this. So, right, I want to do one thing and it may crash my computer right now. Let me see here on this thing. So what happens if I just start 100 routers at the same time? I'm very curious. Let's go. Okay, 68% CPU, 5% RAM, 100% CPU. Is this even responsive? Yeah, this is responsible. Responsive, not responsible. I can hear my CPU cooler spinning quite fast right now. Hello, Thomas. I'm curious if they are... This one is active already, yeah? This one? They are all active. Alright, so let's look on our resources. So... Three... So this is 9 gigabytes of RAM. Yes, for 100 devices. And my CPU is at 0.6%. So my CPU, like, throw at me more, I don't care. My memory is a little bit less forgiving, I guess, in this case. So 9.3 for 100 devices, yes. So I definitely don't have 93 gigs of RAM. Yes, I have, what, 52? So at least 500 I should be able to run without any issues, right? It should be fine. Alright, I think this is good enough for today. We really took our time. It's almost 4 hours of the stream. So let me do a quick summary and we will continue tomorrow. Alright, so today we were exploring GNS3 API and how they were, well, how you can communicate with GNS3 server using API. It took us a long time to write the application. We were writing a Python application using asyncio and in particular a library called httpx to do HTTP requests. To be fair, for this project, I wouldn't say it's really needed, because it seems like our GNS3 server can't process too many requests of this at the same time. So like there is no really benefit of asyncio in this particular case. However, it's just good practice, you know, so I'm not too concerned about that. So using this API, and you know, once we build all of the like relationships and all that stuff in our program, we were able to add devices and rename them on the fly. So we were able to add 100 devices. Here I am pretty confident we should be able to add 1000 devices, though we do really need to be careful because GUI will probably freeze or something like that. So we may need to go without GUI. It's possible, but we already have seen that it's doable. Our RAM resources are fine for this 100 devices. So we need, our target is to add 1000 devices instead of 100. So what's left to do? There are a couple of things. First, we have to go ahead and change the startup config slightly. If I go here and I say, actually want to do it so I can record the JSON, I have to change this host name because it doesn't seem it works like how it's supposed to. I need to change this host name here in the startup config, first thing. Second thing, I have to add the link between this device and the switch. Third thing, I have to start these devices. Fourth thing, I have to go to them via telnet. So I go to them via telnet and I say crypto key generator SA to generate SSH key so that all tools can access these devices. So I'm not 100% sure we'll be able to do it all tomorrow, but this is our objective. I'm also not sure my computer can handle 1K devices, but it seems like we should be able to do at least 500, which is already good enough. So with that, thank you so much for stopping by, and we will continue tomorrow. So if you're interested, I think it's going to be around 6:30 or so, maybe 7 again. With that, thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye now.